Well, hello everybody and a very good afternoon. Welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. How are you? Feels like a Monday for me because I was off yesterday, wasn't I? But it is definitely Tuesday and we have got a stacked Tuesday lined up for you, starting off with launch day, a brand new launch of the Patchwork credit card dies, which I know you guys are very excited for, and I know that for a fact because already 10% of our Showstopper stock has already gone, and our expert, who I'm going to be introducing you to in just a few moments' time, is also very, very excited about this collection. If you have been following his socials, you will have a bit of a taste of that already. So we've got all that coming up over the course of this show, all the product, all the demos, all the inspiration, hopefully all of the interaction from you guys as well. And tonight, live at 5, we've got launch party with the buttons and buckles. That is back. We've got the Showstopper and all the options available for you there. Plus, if you missed Sheena's most recent launch, we've got that coming up for you as well tonight. The bold lino stamps. That's coming for you too. And again, we've got all of the Showstopper options there, plus bonus buys. Also, big news for you as we go into the show today. Guess who's back? Back again. Midi's back. Tell a friend. Yes, we've got the Gemini midi back in stock. More on that to come a little bit later on. And also, guess who's back? Back again. The midi! The mini and the midi are back. A perfect pairing, I suppose you could say. Both live on the website. Away you go. And talking of perfect pairings, see, you guys think I just make all this up on the spur of the moment. Talking of perfect pairings, it is not just me today, it is me and my crafty bestie who is even more excited than he normally is because he is over the moon, cock-a-hoop about this launch. It is Craig and the Patchwork credit card dies. You're a bit excited, you aren't you?
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Look, I'm ready to go. I feel like Tigger, who's had a couple of energy drinks. Ready to go. Oh my gosh, you know by, of course, social over the last couple of days, a little bit longer, I've been teasing you with the brand new Patchwork dies. They're a form of bigger dies, they're a form of create a card dies, but then you're going to be able to do that patchwork if you want. You're going to do paper piecing, layering, inking, use your silhouette stamps. Come Friday on a new launch, we'll tell you about that later on. You're going to be able to incorporate them as well. You can do shakers. So what are they all about? Let's read this one. This is the first demo that we're going to do here, Ben. Now with these ones, enabling yourself to cut in, cut out, but it's all about that patchwork detail when it comes to your cards. So these I've layered up on foam pads. I'm going to be completely honest with you. The best effect is layered up with foam pads or glue gel. You don't have to, but to give that visual effect, absolutely, foam pads or glue gel if you can. Yeah. But then you've got all these other designs. I mean, they're just so trendy. Yeah. They're really, really smart. You don't have to use all the patchwork elements if you don't want to. Popping it onto a gift bag that you can see, and that is then just patching them all in together. But block them out and do shakers if you want to. Just layer them up if you want to. Layer them in, so they're not layered up within the hexagon and the honeycomb, they're actually tucked inside. Don't use the components that die cut out, but turn them into shakers. What about that one there, bringing in your stepper dies, but what about inking the die cut bit? Now we're going to do a little bit inking in our second demo when it comes to the colour bloom, but then section them off. Pretty. Because you're able to section off each individual section. And what I'm going to do is, I have been also teasing you, this is the one I'm going to do, triple embossing, and this is going to be the first demo in the second hour, Ben. So make sure you stay tuned because a lot of you are wanting to see how to make that one. But then you can bring in all your collections. See how you can then bring in the doggy collection. This one is so smart. Lily's done it, and it took me about a couple of minutes to work out what she'd done, and it's just using this die here, but only half of it. Oh, it's clever. And made it smaller. Clever. So smart. So technically, it can either go that way or that way. but Lily's put it on its side, and because you can cut in, Ben, you're able to do your light up boxes that Debbie loves to do. When I say we've got an abundance of finished samples, what we'll also do within the second hour, Ben, is I'll show you the black and white for them so you can get an idea of other concepts, but I am ready to go. So I think I need to calm down, go back to you, and then we can then delve into the brand new collection when we come back.
Yes, needs to calm down and come back to me because you guys are absolutely flying at this Showstopper. We'll say a few hellos in just a few moments' time, but let's have a look at what you're going to be getting in this Showstopper for $64.78 or $78.35 if you're platinum. Of course, you get all of the brand new Patchwork creator card dies, and they're done in a whole host of different designs for you as well, which I think are going to work so well across a whole host of different occasions too. Love this one, the Rays of Light. That's the first that you're going to be getting within the set. As Craig was showing you on the cards there, you've got your sweet honeycomb. So again, working really nicely in with things like your beautiful collection and the honeysuckle collection. Funnily enough, that does form part of our Showstopper. This one's gorgeous as well. This one is called the Geometric. It gives you a bit more of a sort of a futuristic feel to it, if you like. The next one is the sunrise, the morning sunrise. I absolutely love that. Love the fact as well that you've got like a different design along the bottom here, so if you want to add your own sentiments on there, stamp onto that, you can. You've then got within the set this one here, which is your warm sunbeam. Lends itself so well, doesn't it? I think my three favourites are that one, the sunbeam, you've got the sunrise, and then you've got those rays of sunlight as well. This sort of patchwork design really lends itself to those kind of designs. And this next one, wow-wee, the shining star, absolutely stunning. And again, all those dies you're going to get within the Showstopper. Now, if you go for the Showstopper, we also throw into this one of our tape pens. So you get your standard tape pen in there, 22 metres, 72 feet for a perfect stick. You're also going to get, big bottle of our all-purpose glue as well. So that is included, 250ml, the big daddy. If you're thinking, oh, it is, it's the big one. Look at that's the sort of standard size bottles that we do. It is a lot bigger. So you're paying for both of those on top of your Showstopper, and then for free within the Showstopper, boom time. We give you we give you the honeysuckle collection linen cardstock for absolutely nothing. That's why it's flying, and over 10% of the stock has already gone. $64.78 is your platinum, or $78.35. But that's where we don't end, because you're then going to receive a bonus buy option. Oh, yes, you are. And the bonus buy option is all of this linen cardstock. I'll flick through it in more detail in just a bit. But for £24 or $64, you'll get everything I'm showing you here. However, if you buy the Showstopper and you put this in, that becomes £12 or $32. I cannot believe that you're going to get 25 sheets of the fabulous fuchsia. You're also going to get your 24 sheets of the Hydrangea collection. You're also going to get 24 sheets of the Arabian Nights collection. And you're also going to get your Age of Elegance collection as well, 24 sheets. So all of that, if you're platinum, 12 quid. Or $32. Do you know what, the pause there is I'm just waiting in my ear for him to go, no, that's wrong, take it off screen. But I've just heard Johnny go, this is how he said, yeah, that is right. 24, 48, 72, 97 sheets of linen cardstock. You have got to get that. If you're getting the Showstopper, do not leave that behind. The Showstopper as well is absolutely monstering out of the door. Over 10% gone. Jan on the socials, already in, just a few quick hellos. Ruth Miser joins us. Hello, Ruth. Hello, Crystal Hodges, who says good morning. And Kathy Green says good morning, guys. I'm excited for this launch. I was so excited to see my card shown on Friday Night Live. Mechanicsburg. Well done, Kathy. Karen says, hi, I've been wanting dies like this for forever. ever. Amani says, these samples are amazing. Really excited for this show to see all the ideas. And Pat says, good morning, everyone from New Jersey. If you also fancy chatting with me as well across the show, ask those questions, anything you want to see. And it is, I've seen, National Cleaners Day today too. So are you brave enough to show us how clean or actually how untidy your craft room is, please? Craft room pictures as they are now. So if they're super tidy, amazing. If they're super messy, amazing. Send them in and we'll show them through the show if you're brave enough. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Let's get down to business though. Another Showstopper's gone. Ruth has just bought it, and the gold and silver A5 set of 3. So let's get in and have a look. Where do we even start, Craig? Because there's such lovely designs in this set.
It is. Before we delve in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you another couple of samples. So this one that I showed you here that we're going to do within the second hour, I didn't even think about the additional option until I seen what Leslie done, because they cut in.
Oh,
them
yeah.
side by side. How incredible is that? Never even thought of that, Ben, being able to do that. And then what you can also do, I'm going to ask Jamie if we can go overhead. Now, this we're going to do tonight in launch party. This is going to be using Sheena's lino stamps.
Oh, yes.
But look, I've used that background die as a stencil.
As a stencil, yeah.
So then what we're going to do tonight, frame it.
Nice.
So use your dies as stencils as well.
Pretty.
And we're going to do that tonight. But let's delve in and let's start with the Warham Sunbeam. So we're going to come in with that die. Now, you've got the outer die for mats and layers, you've got your inner die, and you've got your patchwork dies. So I'm going to come along. What I've already done tonight, Ben, on launch party, we've got our texture embossing folders.
Yeah.
So I've gone in with my WWE Steel Step ones. Technically, it's called Steel Floor. And I've just run that through a little bit of white cardstock that you can see there, just to give it a little bit of additional texture. And for anyone that wants to know, that is 4.5 by 6.5. And I'm going to go in with some of that card that you get within the honeysuckle, that beautiful kind of deep teal colour that you've got. And then I'm going to simply mat and layer that. You'll notice I have gut out the centre, which we can then use when it comes to actually die cutting with these patchwork dies. So we're going to go in and we're going to do a top fold 5 by 7 card.
Yeah.
That can go in. Now that's our base with a lovely texture for us to start to build on. So let's go in now with these layers. White card, craft card, and more from, of course, the actual honeysuckle. So I'm going to go in with the craft card here, and we're going to use the inner die, and I'm also going to be using that outer die that we can see here. So I'm just going to align these up, and I'm going to tape these down, and then once we've got them aligned, I'm going to be jumping between machines within this show, Ben.
Yeah.
Within the first hour, I'm going to use the G2.
Okay.
And then in the second hour, I'm going to show how these work absolutely perfectly with your midi that we've got on the show as well.
Yeah, got all the machine, well not all, but the two best ones, I think, G2, and then your best of the manuals as well, with the midi and the mini.
Absolutely. Yeah. So let's come along here, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that out. Now that is now the start of the base that we can start to build upon. So we can start to do layers, we can start to do shakers, we can start to keep building. These I don't need, but these, Ben, I can use for other cards with this die to do my paper piecing.
Yeah.
So this is creating that patchwork, but we're creating additional layers of patchwork with these dies that fit inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move them to the side. What I've done at home, Ben, and I'll show you this, all my bits that are left over, because you're going to be left with a positive and a negative, I've just been putting them in cello bags.
Oh, nice.
And I can use them another time
down
the line. So we're going to be using this die cut. I do need another bit of that teal card, but here is a big, big tip for you.
Yeah.
So these we want to cut within the white cardstock.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered taking all them off, Ben.
No.
Just put them straight on.
What?
Put them straight on, even with that acetate backing. Now, if you want this to be precise, then you can line it perfectly within your card. I don't, because I just want the die-cut pieces. I'm going to do it frosted, but I'm going to take out my magnetic shim because we've got a layer of acetate in there. So we're going to now run that one through. So to save me having to pop the dies off,
that's a great
pop them then back, you'll have seen me do it with our Gemini mini alphabets. I do it with them. You can do it with these. And the reason this is also a good idea to do this, Ben, is it means that is still in the perfect position, which means you can do the reverse now and put the smaller top layer die cut, or what will be the base layer, we can now use it as an outline on the top layer.
So you never need to remove them off the acetate then?
Not unless
you want to do bit by bit?
If you're doing them bit by bit. Other than that, then no, not at all.
Wowee.
So what we've then got here is we've got that I can then use at another time. And then we've got these. Now, the first couple of times, the only thing you need to watch for is the bit of sticky tape that's holding the dies in. But as you can see here, this is our studio set, so these haven't been used yet. And look, no issue. There's no tearing, no nothing when it comes to that adhesive strip. So all that I'm doing is just popping them out. I don't need to fight about finding space to put the dies back on that backing sheet. They're there, ready for me to go, and then I can then just come along with these outer dies and then stick them back into place. So if I'm wanting to line them up, that's the best thing to do. Now, what I've already done here is I've already got these all lined up with my foam pads. So what we can do is that base layer that I done, Ben, if we bring these back in, just so I can show you, so these go that way, and then we're just going to work our way around, and we're just going to then start to position these into place. And the reason I'm doing this is because, let's go that way, I want to show you the patchwork just in a moment. So we'll bring in my other one just in a second. These all perfectly sit over the top. So you can see now, you can then keep them flat if you want to. So that one goes there, that one goes there, and then that one's there, and then that one's there. And you can decide, if you're using these individually, Ben, you can decide if you want them further apart, if you want them close together, but it's about layering all of these together. You don't necessarily have to put the die-cut circle in the middle if you don't want to. You can have creative play. This could be pattern paper. This could be an inky background that we're going to do in the next demonstration, but we're starting to patch all of these together when it comes to each individual section. And then if I bring that one into there and then that one into there, that is how our design starts to come together. But what I do also want to do is the brown layer here that's come out of here, Ben, I don't actually want those layers. So they're going to do me another time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to then take that die again, I'm going to run it through the teal card, and then that is the base layer that I want. So we're mixing and matching.
So that's why you keep your cello bags for the bits to use on another time.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm going to bring in that die again, so that base die, and I don't really need the outside die, Ben, because I'm only wanting the die-cut pieces that pop out. So I'm just going to then run these ones through, and then I'll bring in the ones that I've already got my foam pads layered up on.
Nice. Loads of comments coming through. We're almost at a fifth of the stock gone inside 20 minutes, which is alarming if you want to get the Showstopper. It's very, very busy. Marnie says, I can see the sunrise one being great for an Easter card. Absolutely incredible. Alex just says, hello to everyone, to Ben and Craig, my favourite team, you say. Well, thank you for that. Afternoon troubles, says Jotty. Dies ordered from Kirsty D. She's got the dies. Carletta's in from Arkansas. And a few of you saying, can't show you my craft room. Chazelle says can't because she's at the caravan. take your point. And Christine says, really, you don't want to see my craft room. I've run out of storage on my racks. My paper is piling up on my tables and my chairs, and I have to figure out what to do. I really do want to see your craft room.
It's me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Be good to see.
Yours is very tidy, Craig. Well, it was the last time I saw it, anyway. Very organised.
I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, from morning to night.
Yeah.
I have had a major prepathon.
Prepathon?
Prepathon.
Wow. How many hours of a
absolutely.
prepathon did you do?
Oh gosh, I couldn't even begin to tell you. From morning to night, I've just been prepping for upcoming shows. So it's a little bit of a mess.
Okay.
Little bit, but still, that's all the fun, isn't it?
Well, that's it.
It's all the fun when we're crafting or prepping.
Come on.
Now, I need a favour, Ben.
Yeah.
Can you go into your pack, a honeysuckle card, and bring me out another A4 sheet of that colour, please, if you don't mind?
That'd be £5,
That would be a great
please.
hand. So this is how these layer together. So let's bring in all of these, Ben, that I've layered up on my foam pads. So I'm going to come along and I'm going to position them into place. So before we do that, I'm going to then mat and layer this.
Fifth of the stock gone.
God, I knew you guys would love them. Knew you would love them. So we're going to stick this down first, so we've got a base to go. And the reason I just spent that little bit of time showing you one layer, two layer, an additional layer, is they're not a one-work wonder. You're going to find many ways, many permutations as to how you're going to use them.
Is that why you love these? Is it the versatility, or is it the designs, or is it both?
Both. Both. You know, for those that know me, know that I love big, chunky dies, but the fact that these are so versatile, and then that you can then do so many different styles, that's just what I love. I've always been into the bigger dies, because I just think they cover more space, you can be more creative. Like with these, you can do the patchwork with your pattern paper, you can do it with your inky backgrounds, you can do shakers. There's just so many ways in which you can then start to create your cards and your projects.
Yeah, a lot of people saying the same, and you know, the amount of people who have already shopped for these. Carolyn's in Florida. Rose, she's joined us this morning, and Christine Duffy says, "Great, my favourite demonstrator, Craig, is on. Always a pleasure to watch this talented man."
Oh, that's so kind of you.
I can't see him as well as I normally can today because there's a lot of equipment in the way across the studio.
Me and Becky had the same issue yesterday.
Yeah, we've been doing a bit behind the scenes, and so I'm. The normal view that I have of Craig's lovely face
Can't
is
see
obscured.
it now. Can't see it. Now, see this layer here, Ben?
Yeah.
I'm going to layer into the top. But these bits that I've cut out, if you don't want to use them, if you want to go direct, you can do, no problem at all. Now, I know you're thinking, well, Craig, you're going green on green here, but it's because I just want to create that lift. I want to create that height, just to elevate it. And they're all on foam pads here. But this is where we're now just popping the patchwork die cuts into place. We are paper piecing these back into place here. And then we're just going to then lift.
So as you said earlier, so almost like you're creating like a lift, like almost like a decoupage element. But if you lifted the outer frame, you could have like an inner page look, couldn't you? Like looking down into it.
That's it.
Yeah.
You've got, and I'm going to keep saying this throughout the show, you've got options, Ben.
Yeah.
There is so many options. You might just want to use these die cuts here, or you might want to do them in another colour and not use the actual patchwork dies.
Yeah.
Or maybe you only want to use these. But this is where we can then start to layer up. This could be glitter card, this could be Centura Peril, this could be all your background papers. Be creative as you want, and then we're just going to overlay all the way around, popping them into place. Now, I'm putting them bang centre on the middle, but you could go to the side slightly, you can come further down. You'll see, certainly within the next demonstration, Ben, I'm going to do drop shadows. That works a treat as well. But we can then come along with a sentiment, an image, whatever you want to finish it off. So let's add our adhesive to the back. I'm going to be using a lot of glue within this show just because it's a lot quicker and there's loads that I want to show you.
I love what you showed us earlier on as well, using these as stencils to create your backgrounds with as well.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Incredible.
We'll do that tonight with launch party with Sheena's Lino shows or Lino stamps. And then to finish off, what I've gone in and I've taken one of my thistle dies.
Ah, yes.
So this one was from the Scent of Summer. And I've gone in and layered these up within foam pads. And I'm going to pop that into the middle. So that could be one of our character stamps. That could be a die-cut sentiment. And then I've gone in with an old stamp set, this one called Birthday Dreams. And I'm going to pop that there.
Wowee.
And then there's our first card. And the only difference, Ben, is I've taken our perils and I've put 3 and 1 just all the way round to finish it off there. But then that is what we've just done. Mix the colours, mix the papers, mix the textures, mix the designs. There's just so many ways in which you can use these.
I tell you what, today, isn't it? It's all about the inspiration. It's all about the education. It's all about the demonstration. What are you waiting for? You're gonna seriously, you're gonna have to be quick here. We are at a quarter of the Showstopper stock gone. It's going in line with how many minutes into the show, because we're 25 minutes in, 25% of the stock gone. You know, if it keeps going at that pace, 20 minutes before the end of the show, the Showstopper's gone. So please go quickly. Just to show you the designs again, and you'll see all of these as we go through the day, because Craig has got loads and loads up his sleeve for you. But all these fantastic designs and the possibilities that you're afforded now with these two, as you've just had a bit of a snapshot of with Craig, is huge. I love this Shining Star, absolutely stunning. You're going to be working that one into your Christmas makes, aren't you? Absolutely. Things like the Bethlehem collection, Oh Holy Night collection, that's going to work absolutely stunningly with. I love this as well, the Rays of Light, again, absolutely beautiful. These three I think are my favourite. The Rays of Light, the stars, and then also this one here, which you've just seen, which is called the Warm Sunbeam. Again, all these available individually if you want to pick and choose, but all of these are included within the Showstopper. The Morning Sunrise I absolutely love. I can't help but think when I see this design about the Gnomes collection. Always reminds me of the Gnomes. Would work quite nicely again with that set. And again, look at all the dies that you've got to create this patchwork effect. But as Craig says, use them, don't use them. Cut them in, cut them out. So many different options that you can go with here. If you want something a little bit more sort of futuristic, I suppose, this is the one that you'll be using. This is your geometric. And then last but by no means least is this one, which is the Sweet Honeycomb. So every single die you're going to be getting there in that 9-piece set. If you're going for the Showstopper, remember, you pay for those. You also then pay for one of our tape pens, one of the original tape pens, and the biggest pot of glue you've ever seen. Well, it might not be the biggest one, but it's the biggest one we do. 250 ml of your all-purpose glue. Pay for that with those dies, and then for free within the bundle, we give you your honeysuckle linen cardstock, which Craig again has been using during that first demonstration. So that's your 64.78 or 78.35. And if you're going for the Showstopper, I know sometimes when you go for the Showstopper, you might not necessarily go for the bonus buy bundle, but do today. You've got to do it today. You've got to do it today. Do it today. Because for £12 or $32, because you're going to half the price when this goes into your basket with the Showstopper, you're going to get the 24 sheets of linen from the Age of Elegance. You're going to get the 24 sheets of linen from your Arabian Nights. You are going to get the 24 sheets of the Hyde Ranger linen cardstock and the 25 sheets in the Fabulous Fuchsia. It is not a choice. I initially thought, oh yeah, you choose one of those and then it's 12. No, you get all of that. 97 sheets of linen cardstock for 12 quid if you're platinum, or $32 if you buy that with the Showstopper. Incredible, but you're running out of time because the stock is dwindling. We're heading down towards double figures of that stock remaining, over 25% gone. Loads of comments coming through. What a lovely card, Craig, says Diane. Showstopper, Rebecca, you've got it, and the bonus buy. Boom. Emma Thrower, wasn't sure about these, but I put the Showstopper into my basket. Boom. Boom. And Pat says, I like the bigger dies as well as the designs. They're different, and I can see the versatility on the cards. If it's inspiration you're after, then you need to stick with us because we've got loads for you right throughout the day. Craig is all over it, and we are all over it when it comes to the Gemini midi is back. Do you want me to unbox this, or should we just quickly talk around it? I'll take it out and have a look. The midi is back in stock, right? the midi is back in stock and brand new. Craig is going to be using this in a second hour, did you say?
I am indeed, Ben.
It's going to do what?
Going to christen it.
Oh, I didn't know what you said. So let's get this out and show you. If you haven't got it yet, my favours, you know, my favourite machine. It is Simplicity. With that. Look at your hair when you ran across the studio. I meant to say you've got quite a new mane going on there, and this is very, isn't it?
Very fluffy.
Yeah. Are you growing it?
I'm just letting it grow.
Are you?
I'm just letting it grow.
Are you looking for a bit of extra work over Christmas or something?
You never know. Well, I'm starting to get the grey hair.
That's
so
what I mean.
Coming through. They're coming through. Yeah. Midi.
Yeah. I really like it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you use like beard oil and stuff on it?
No, I don't. I just sit at night with a comb and
Do
just
you?
go like that. Yeah.
You can get some like proper beard oil and stuff
could.
for it to keep it nice and soft.
Can we talk about the midi?
Yeah, sorry. The midi, I absolutely love. It's the only machine I use because I've got to be honest with you, I still get, and I know Johnny does, gets confused with the plate combinations on an electronic machine. So, and this is him after like 17 years or so. So this for me, I absolutely love because you're all folder based, aren't you?
That's it, exactly.
That's all you need for die cutting.
There is a very special limited edition one out there with a certain name on it.
Yeah.
But if you can find that, then, you know, good luck to you guys. You've still got mine, haven't you?
I've got
one that's not personalised.
Do you want it back now?
No, because you just pull the Daisy card.
Well, yeah. I should bring it back because it's been about 2 years now, I think.
A bit more than that. But it's as you said, the reason it's so simple, Ben, all of the dies that you're using today within that launch will fit. Now, in the next demo, we are going to cut into a card blank, which is bigger, so you will need a big die cutting machine. But if you're going to do what I've done within that last demonstration, you can use the midi. You don't have to worry about plates. Put the die in the folder and then run it through.
Yeah.
But what's great about this as well is if you're using a 2D embossing folder, Ben, set the folder on the shim and run it through. A 3D embossing folder, you don't need anything. Through? You do not need anything. Put the card in the 3D folder, run it through, and then that's it. So great for beginners. I use mine all the time because it's handy just to take in, quickly run through, and die cut what you need to die cut.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's the same in the mini as well, which is now back in stock. I just think it's great. It does everything that you want it to do. The thing is as well, it's portable, but it's substantial. You can feel like the workmanship within it, if that's not like a silly thing to say. No. And you can understand how it cuts through dies really, really easily indeed. And look, do you want to do that? Go on. Whoop. There's your suction cups on the bottom, so it's going to stay in place wherever you pop it.
Exactly. Really, really strong. And then all that you need to do is just rock it forward or back to then release it. Yeah,
it's honestly a brilliant, brilliant machine and the best manual machine that I've seen within the industry. And I mean, I've not been in it as long as you, but for 8 years I haven't seen a better machine than this. But then again, I would say that, of course, because it's ours.
This is Gemini power. Yeah. Gemini power. Right, I'm going to dart back and get myself sorted.
Watch all the stuff as you go that way.
I will do.
Grab it whilst it's here because these do tend to fly in and out of stock, and when they're gone again, they could be gone for quite a while. You do get a user guide in there too, so if you ever get a little bit stuck, it's got all your information on there as to how to get the very best out of it. But get it. You do get the folders as well, by the way. You get your folder and one of those shims. I know you can buy extras if you want, but everything you need to get going in an instant for $55.99 or $87.99. Nice gift idea potentially as well as we head now. Are we 99 days away from Christmas, I think? Yesterday was 100, wasn't it? Yeah, yesterday was 100 days till Christmas. So go as quick as you can. $55.99 or $87.99. 30% of the Showstopper has now gone. We are halfway through the first hour of the show. 33% has gone. Sensational Sky says, I want that Gemini midi. Do you mean this one or do you mean the one with the name on it? You can't have that one. And Jeffrey Langley says, happy Tuesday, Ben and Craig, and the most fantastic and marvellous CTV crew. Big Pop says thank you. He's in the gallery today with Jamie. Right, let's get back to it. The second demos. Which of the patchwork dies are you going to be using next, Craig?
We're going to go for a little bit of morning sunrise when it comes to this one. And we're going to be using our Dusk Orchid Colour Bloom ink pad as well. Now, a moment ago, I was referring about how they can cut straight into your card blank. So we're going to take the main die and the main die on its own, not the outer die. And I've got a black card blank here, so 5 by 7. And I'm going to open it up. And what we're going to do, Ben, is we're going to pop our die into the middle of our card.
Yep.
So I'm going to take my low tack tape, we're going to centralise that, and then I'm just going to then pop a little bit in there. Now, the actual direction of the card blank means that will still fit within our junior plates. For this, you would need your electric die cutting machine, just because of the size of, or the angle that we're going in.
Yeah.
It wouldn't fit through the midi.
No.
So I'm just going to run that one through. So let's just pop that through into place. As I always say as well, if you're thinking, well, I don't have a Gemini, I can't use these will work with any other branded die cutting machine that you've got at home. You just need to check the plate configuration. So if I remove that now, Ben, we've got that cut straight into our card blank.
Perfect.
Now you could do what I done in the last demonstration, but put acetate at the back and then start to paper piece and patchwork into place. Now I am going to do something similar to that. So what I need to do is create a base. These I'm going to keep because these are where I'm going to show you how you can do your drop shadows.
Yeah.
So let's pop them out the way for now. I've got all of them already prepared and layered, but I do want to make sure that I show you how I've done the actual layering. Now, to actually patchwork into place, as I said with the acetate, I need a base. I need something to sit the card onto. So what I'm going to do, and this is also going to hide the workings, I'm just taking another bit of black card, Ben, and then that's then going to cover that back, and it will also cover the adhesive layers. Now, your dotty tape runner is a good one for this one, but for speed, I'm just as quick going in with my tacky glue.
Yeah.
The cardstock that I'm using so far is an uncoated cardstock, so therefore, that all-purpose you get within the Showstopper, that is going to be a perfect one to be using as well. But if I just add that round the edge, pop my card into place, like so, now that gives me not only a nice layer. Don't worry about your glue being seen. One, it will dry, and two, we're going to cover that up anyway by paper piecing into place with the patchwork dies. So let's open it up, press for that to adhere into place, and now that means that we've got a nice crisp clean backing where you'll see no adhesive shining through.
Yeah.
So set that out the side, bringing in a bit of watercolour cardstock. So I'm going to go in with our brushes. As I was saying yesterday, Ben, I am a total convert to these brushes now.
Oh, were you not bothered about them initially?
I liked them, but I always went to my square blending tool.
Oh, okay.
And then with doing a lot of prep over the last week or so, I've been using these a lot more, and I think that the laydown of colour is sensational. And certainly when it comes to the Dusk Orchid Duet Colour Bloom, which these ones are the colour changing.
Yeah, but they're on the show as well.
They are indeed. So I'm going to go in. Now what I really want to do is to intensify that. So by doing the intensifying, what I'm doing is I can either keep going with my blending brush, or to really get a strong colour, we're just going to use our ink pad and we're going to coat our cardstock with that ink pad. And although it looks like we're going to be using a lot of ink, trust me, you're not going to be using loads and loads. Your ink pad's still going to last you a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And then, there we go. I've got my coating of the Dusk Orchid all done. But we want to change it slightly. So I'm going to go in with my water spritz. You can use the fine mister that we do, but I just find that gives you exactly that, a fine mist.
Yeah.
I want to go in with my finger splats that I love to do.
With your what?
My finger splats.
Oh, finger splats,
So, in my hand, and then flick with my finger, so I can splat and get good puddles onto my cardstock. If you don't want to do this, you can pop your paintbrush in a cup and just tap the paintbrush off the side of, you know, your hand or a tool or scissors, something like that. Now for these to then change colour, they're duet ink pads, so we're just going to let that dry.
Oh, you can see it changing already.
You can see it already starting to change to more of a lilac tone.
Yeah.
straight away. With the water base, the longer you leave it, the more it will start to change.
Yeah.
But if I take that off, you've got all your outer edges, Ben, that are now that lilac purple tone.
Yeah.
And that will get stronger as it dries. So if I bring in that one,
Oh, wow.
that's already fully dried, you've then got your changing backdrop of colour. So now you're thinking about inking and creating all your different cardstocks with all your inks, your pigments, your shimmer, your shimmer sprays, all of those you're going to be able to use. So what we can then do is we're going to take a piece of white cardstock first. So that die that we used for our card blank,
Yeah.
just see that outline, we're going to use that one again. And then we're going to cut that one out. So we're going to run that one through. So that's going to fit perfectly within those embossed lines of the morning sunshine. And then we're going to cut with our duet ink pad layer, Ben.
A third of the Showstopper has gone. I'm not surprised because I've seen Emma's ordered it, Rita's ordered it, Carolyn's ordered it. There's so many names coming through that I can see of people saying that they've loved the demo so far, they're going to be grabbing it. So just take heed. Oh, listen to me. Take heed.
Take heed.
Take my warning. If you've not yet grabbed it, we are very, very popular and very busy for this. Lots of people saying as well that they potentially going to use these for like photo collages. I've seen a couple of people say that.
Great
Using
idea.
these guys as a layout for photo collage. That would give a really cool effect, wouldn't it?
It would. A really smart effect.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, you know, different pictures of the family, of the animals, you can have them in each section. Because although within that last demonstration and this one, I'm not going to remove these, you can remove them and cut them individually.
Yeah.
And if you're doing that, these will all fit through your mini, so you can still use your mini with the patchwork components. But what you'd start to do is layer up. Now our matte and layer rectangle dies, I've taken two of them, Ben, the 4.5 and 4 1/4, and created a frame just to sit around there. And then all these other ones, using my foam pads, what I would do is pop them all into place, patchworking them into place, or essentially paper piecing them into place, which is going to give us that look there. Now, even using that in a standalone monochromatic way looks really quite smart. Remember, keep all these bits and put them in a cello bag that you can use another time.
Yeah.
So let's take our background that we've created. We're going to then go back in with our die. And again, I'm not going to remove these, Ben. I'm going to then just pop that straight onto the card.
That's such a good tip. Does anyone else do that? Let me know in the comments. Because I would have just removed all of those one by one. Like you said, it's a faff to try and line them all up again, but just do it straight on the acetate. Very, very clever.
And it just means that you can take out your magnetic shim because you've got that adhesive. You've got that acetate layer.
Yeah,
it
gives you that, yeah.
So holding them into place. And the reason that it also helps by doing this, Ben, is it means that all of these bits here, so if I pop them out that I need, because that's all in the perfect position, you can then bring that top layer over the top. So what will essentially be the top layer, so that inky background we've just done, that is essentially going to be the top layer. We've now popped that to the back and given it its fine outline.
Cool.
So there's an additional way in which you can use them.
Yeah.
So all of these, what I've done, you've even got your little panels in there that you can then stamp onto, put your die cut sentiments on. But we're just going to pop all of these out, and we're going to do exactly the same as what we've done within the first demonstration. The only difference within this one here is all of these, what we're then going to do is we're going to come along, and that same die, I'm not going to do it because it's very repetitive, these we're going to cut into black cardstock, and then we're going to do a drop shadow. So a simple drop shadow, so that is using the patchwork dies in with our inky background. We're going to do it again within black and create our drop shadow. And then I'm just going to move that out the way, and I'm going to bring in these. Now, I'm going to put that panel down into here.
Yeah.
Now, that just for you, that's from our split dies.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the stamp from the split die. And these just fit perfectly inside. And I've gone in with our gems from our Gems and Peril box, and I've just put 3 in most of them. And now what we're doing is we're going to layer these ones up. I'm doing it on foam pads again. Throughout the rest of the show, Ben, I'll be showing you other ways like concertina cards and concept cards and inky backgrounds. So we'll show you different ways other than straight into your card blanks. But I love the look that you can get looking at playing now with your different colour and mediums.
Yeah. And I do think it is a set, because Karen's just asking, would these make some super fast Christmas cards? I think certainly the one with the star on would definitely be brilliant Christmas card. And actually even the one which is called the Rays of Light, I think would work for Christmas as well.
Yeah, yeah. Even this morning sunshine, Ben.
Yeah.
Within your frosted blues and your silvers. And then that could be the morning sunlight on a frosty day.
Yeah.
And you can have a snowman in the middle. Something along those lines.
And I think if you wanted to go quite sort of religious with these, the star one, you could make like stained glass window star cards with these as well, couldn't you?
Of course you could, absolutely. What you can also do as well, and I've never even had time, Ben, but the main die, use it on the foil press.
Oh, nice.
So you're going to have a fine foiled line.
Yep.
And then paper piece the die cuts in the actual foiled line.
Yes.
So thinking about all these different ways that you're going to be able to bring in. But look at that one there that you've got. So we've now brought in our Colour Bloom ink pads, inked the background, die cut that, and then patched them into position with our card blank.
There's loads of comments. We're 40% of the Showstopper now. You need to get a move on. Today is busy. We kind of anticipated that this would be a busy, busy launch. Karen says, I went and ordered the Showstopper and the bonus card. Can't wait to get crafting. I've been wanting to make cards like this since I saw someone make one during lockdown. They cut out the card individually. So this is like so much easier, isn't it? This is so much easier in that everything is done for you. You've got all the dies to create all of those mats and layers to create the most stunning patchwork designs. And Jeffrey says, Craig, given an outstanding tip about keeping on the sheet, keeps them in order and you don't have to wonder where one of the dies has wandered off to if you did separate them. The Showstopper's obviously flying. If that is your choice of what you're going to buy, you need to be quick. If you do want to go individually, let me just take you through the dies and I'll name them for you again so you know. I know producer Johnny tells me that these have been selling very, very quickly individually as well. So the Sweet Honeycomb is this one here, quite straightforward if you want that one on its own. If you want to double up on these, pick and choose. This one here is your Geometric. Again, gives you that sort of more sort of fractured and sort of futuristic effect, if you like. All of these, as you can see on the screen, just there, $12.99 or $14.95 individually. Next up, this is called the Morning Sunrise. So the one we've seen, details on your screen there, that's a 13-piece set. Don't know why I'm doing that, but it's there, just there. $10.39 or $11.96 if you are a Platinum member. Next is the beautiful Warm Sunbeam. Again, yeah, I think that would work perfectly. You know, if you're talking Christmas projects, who was it, Karen? Yeah, why not? Absolutely brilliant. So yes, Warm Sunbeam. This one is called your Rays of Light. Madonna's favourite one, that.
I was thinking that.
Not one of her best songs, I always thought. Oh, sorry, that's my opinion, not the opinion of Crafters TV. I'm a big fan of Madonna, and that's my favourite song. £10.39 or $11.96. And I preferred 80s Madonna. And the Shining Star, which I absolutely love. Great tune by Annie Lennox. £10.39 or $11.96. Go, go, go individually. Go, go, go if you're Showstoppering as well. Love the foil press idea, says Rebecca. I had the foil press out yesterday. Give it a go when you get these dies home. And Rosalind says the honeycomb can also be used as a soccer-themed card. Yes, it blooming well can. That's what I love. You see, you're already thinking of ideas of different ways to be able to use them. Keep the comments coming through. Any pictures of your tidy or untidy craft rooms are also welcome. welcome on National Cleaners Day. But more importantly than that, and more pressing than that, you need to be checking out your baskets. If the Showstopper is in your basket, grab it now. And for goodness sake, if you're getting the Showstopper, add in that bonus buy bundle. All that linen cardstock for 12 quid. If you're platinum, go, go, go.
Come in, check my emails, then lay the shows out in the studio, set pack shots up. Then I will get new polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive marketing suites, we receive boards. We pick samples to send to Hobby Maker. We pick samples to send to QVC. We will take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up. We do floor manage occasionally, not all the time, making sure that the craft expert presenters have everything at hand that they need. Anything that they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the products for them. Think on a morning when it's really quiet, I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night owl. Morning. Coffee on a morning, tea the rest of the day. Savoury. Normally lunchtime. Craft along. Mobile phone. Christina's chicken wrap. Barry White, you're my first, my last, my everything. Go home and make the tea.
Day to day looks like, on a normal day when I'm working from home, get up, breakfast, quick phone call with my daughter, and then I'm up in the craft room and I spend all my time in the craft room. If it's spending a day with the grandkids, that's it. That's my best part of the day, just spending time with family and those gorgeous little grandkids of mine. The best part of the day when I'm at work is when I go on air, because I absolutely love it. Both. I prefer a shower in the morning. I feel fresher. I feel that I can tackle my day. However, depending on how that day's been, I also would have a double shower, so I'd have one in the morning and one at night too. Absolutely, 100% coffee. Will always be coffee, and flavoured coffee is my favourite at the moment. Dare I say, it's a full English breakfast, the full works, the beans, the tomatoes, the bacon, the sausage, and everything else that goes with a traditional English breakfast. Craft along. Every day of the week. I absolutely love going through the stages from the start of a project to the end of a project. So craft along is definitely my favourite choice. I can't leave without my lipstick. It's a given thing. I once didn't have a lipstick on me and Leanne helped me out that day. Kick off the shoes, sit down for a couple of minutes, just gather my thoughts and then grab my tea.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for checking it out. Very busy at the checkouts right there. The Showstopper continues to fly. Kirsty D says, I've just caught one of the kittens, Kaya, watching the TV whilst Ben was talking. She was fascinated. Well, I speak to the people and the animals, you see, like Dr. Dolittle I am. Let's have a look at a deal that you might want to grab. If you like Craig's last demo, you'll need the Colour Bloom ink pads, the Duet Colour Bloom. So these are these water reactive hybrid ink pads that change colour when you add water to them. So they've each got that different colour, which you can sort of see on the actual ink pads themselves here. So within the bundle, you're going to get all 12 of these for £72 or $88. So the colours that you're going to get, shoal, and again, you can just see the sort of colours you're going to achieve once you add that water. And the longer you leave it, the more dramatic the effect you're going to get. You've got anemone. Love the stargazer, gives that real sort of cosmic effect, doesn't it? Like cosmos effect will really work nicely with some of our beautiful cosmic collections. Nebula, again, working well maybe with things like the Enchanted Ocean. You've got the Willow River, which is more of those beautiful greens and teals. Then you've got your Dusk Orchid, pinks and purples, the Rose Cloud. You've got your Hellebore. Then you've got your Summer Bouquet. One of my favourites from the launch as well is that beautiful pomegranate. One which you might bring into your makes in the next few weeks is your Pumpkin Patch. Not long, is it, till Halloween? And then last, but by no means least, is the Pink Grapefruit. Again, all done in that new style, that teardrop design that we've been doing for you, so it makes it nice and easy for you to hold that ergonomic design, as Craig showed you. You know, take it straight into your cardstock if you don't want to use your ink daubers and brushes on top of that. 72 quid or $88 if you want to jump in and grab those. Just before the end of the first hour, I can't believe the first hour's almost gone, we're going to have a look at the concept suite. So again, puts into your mind this, Craig, doesn't it? A few more ways to use these.
That's it, yeah. It's nice just to see them in the black and white form that you can then transition into the colour card, your pattern paper, your inky backgrounds, all the different ways. So for instance, this one, what we've just done is done them onto the side to give you an idea, but what you can start to do is do it all the way around, and you can start to see all the way through if you do your vellums or do your acetates. But then you can also do them and make your little gift bags by popping them inside. But look at all of these ways as well.
Wow,
so you can do your K cards. You can still do things such as like your TP cards.
Oh yeah.
You can go in with all your different concepts. So maybe you're going to be using your scoreboard, Ben. Maybe you're going to be using things such as your template libraries.
That's clever.
You can use that. Now that one's just got a bit of vellum to the back, so you can start to see a little bit of shadow coming through. If we go in within this one, so there's a cut-in easel that you can see all the way throughout the back there. So you can do those. You're going to change the colours, add different die cuts if you want to, but then that one is a face-on easel. And using the die cut components as a form of stopping, but then acetate at the back. So that's not using the pieces that come out of that main die, it's just using the top layer patchwork die cut pieces. But then you're going to be able to do your theatre cards, your diorama cards as well. What we'll do within the next hour, the first one we'll do within the next hour is the rainbow emboss. But then what we'll do afterwards is we'll do a card similar along that style there. But there's just so many ways in which you can incorporate them, and that's because, Ben, you've got that outer edge to make
I love that.
a create a card or cut into your card.
Yeah.
If I bring this one in as well, you can see here, if I bring in the smaller steppers that you can do there, even your elongated double steppers, you can see, or of course, you can do your box lids as well, which if we'll have time, we'll do a box as well, Ben.
So lots of ideas there, lots of food for thought, and certainly lots to look forward to over the course of the next hour. If you're over on our new website as well, lots there to have a look for. I know today we're doing 30% off selected paper pads, so if it's more cardstock and paper that you're after, do have a look on the website, do check it out. End of summer sale continues as well. There's lots there on the website, but more importantly than that, make sure you jump in and grab this. It's the showstopper that you need to be worried about. Very, very popular. A lot of you actually got up early this morning and shopped and bought that before we even came on air, and now we are over 40% of that showstopper gone. Remember, you get all of the brand new dies, and you can see that, you know, it's not just a couple of dies per set, because you've got all of the different components to create that patchwork effect. You know, you're talking about just on the top row there, you've got 29, 42 dies, 55, 72. There's about 80 dies in total that you're getting across that set. You pay for in the showstopper the glue and that tape pen, and then for free free, we're going to give you that Honeysuckle Collection linen cardstock. And if you go for the Showstopper, you then also are going to get the opportunity to get that bonus buy, all of that linen cardstock for just an extra £12 if you're a Platinum member. So make sure you're checking out your baskets. If you have just joined us, a very warm welcome. We are Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby, and we are Tuesday, just gone 1 o'clock here in the UK. Where are you? Eastern Time, 8 a.m, 5 a.m. Pacific, 7 a.m. Central. A very good morning. Welcome to Tuesday. It's a lovely Tuesday here in the northeast. The sun is shining, and we are ready for another hour of this amazing patchwork creator card die collection. Almost half the stock of the Showstopper has disappeared. £64.78 or £78.35 is your price on this. Been some amazing demonstrations already. If you weren't here for the first hour, then do make sure you go back, particularly if you're buying this collection. Go back, watch all the demos that Craig's already done for you, pick up the inspiration and the ideas. Like Jeffrey's just said, loving the ideas and seeing them displayed. And Paw Prince says a compliment for Craig on his tip to leave the layers on the plastic sheet. A great time saver. Absolutely. All the tips, all the tricks, all the hints, all the education and inspiration. And we've got more for you this hour. If you have any questions you want to ask, fire them in. We're live and interactive through until 2 o'clock this afternoon. And let's say hello to the man himself. I suppose we're not surprised to learn that almost half the stock has gone, are we?
Not surprised in the slightest, Ben. I absolutely love playing with these ones. I've been teasing and pushing on social for nearly a week now, just to give you the heads up that they're coming. That's what we've done within the first demonstration, within the first hour. That is the second one. And then what we're going to do, Ben, when we come back to me, this is what so many of you have been waiting for. We're going to be making this card here, where we're going to be doing triple, not one, not two, but triple embossing to create a lovely smooth, kind of a resin feel to the layers that cut out.
Reminds me of the Colour Your World collection, that card.
It does, doesn't it? Yep.
Very happy, very smiley. If you want that particular set, of course, it is included within your Showstopper. You get all of them, all of the dies to create that amazing patchwork effect within the Showstopper. I'll name these as we go, so if you do decide that you want to pick and choose, or maybe there's a particular card that you want to recreate that Craig's making, you can pick and choose that as we go. So it's the Rays of Light, that one first of all, which is included in the Showstopper. This one here, I love the Shining Star, beautiful star in the centre. And again, all of these different elements giving you that beautiful patchwork, almost like fractured light effect there. And again, really, really super to use that all year round. Thinking Christmas, maybe that would work wonderfully. Then you're going to get the warm sunbeam. As you'd expect with a set like this, the sort of sun rays and sunbeams do feature quite heavily. Love this one with the morning sunrise, the sun just coming up over the horizon there. And again, love the fact that you've got that sort of stitch detail die in here too. So if you want to add sentiment in there, then absolutely you can. This one's got a bit more of a futuristic sort of feel to it. It's called the Geometric, if you want to go for that one individually. And then you've also got in here your sweet honeycomb. But as Rosalind said earlier on, obviously we're thinking bees, we're thinking the honeysuckle collection, beautiful collection here. But Rosalind just saying, you know what, actually you could use that as a football card, a soccer card, because it does look like a football as well, doesn't it? So lots of people already thinking out of the box. Individually you can go for those. If you want to go for the Showstopper, best value for money to do that, because within the Showstopper you are going to get the glue. So it's our 250ml bottle of your all-purpose glue. And you're also going to get your tape pen, the original tape pen, the sort of mouse design, if you like. 22 metres, 72 feet of stick there. So you pay for that, and then within the Showstopper for free, it's all about the linen cardstock today. We give you your Honeysuckle Collection linen cardstock. Absolutely stunning colours in here. You've seen Craig using this already in the first hour. 250 GSM. You've got 8 colours in there, 3 sheets of each of those beautiful colours. And here's the brilliant thing. Not only are you getting free stuff within the Showstopper, 64.78 or 78.35, but then you pop the bonus buy bundle in your basket. Do you know what, Johnny? As Meatloaf would have said, you took the words right out of my mouth. It's one of the best bonus buy bundles I think we've ever done. Because look, you are going to get for £24 or $64, nay, £12 or $32 if you pop this in with your Showstopper. You're going to get all of the beautiful linen cardstock from the fabulous Future collection. I'll just quickly flick you through all of this as well. So you get, you're not choosing here for this price, like £12, because you get it half price with the Showstopper. You might think, well, I choose one of the linens. No. You get all of them. So you get the Fuchsia, 25 sheets. You're also going to get the absolutely stunning Hydrangea. This one is 8 colours, 4 sheets of each, giving you your 24. I wish you could hear producer Johnny in my ear. He's muttering. He's going, can't believe this. We're just giving this away. Oh, I don't know why I bother. Oh, I'm just giving it away. Oh, he's proper grumbling. He is. You're going to get the 24 sheets of the linen cardstock from the Arabian Nights collection. And last, but by no means least, he's not a grumbly person normally, actually. He's normally quite chipper, but he's just like, I can't believe this. You're going to get you'll get a full set. All of this beautiful linen cardstock from the Age of Elegance collection as well. So in total, I think it's something like 97 sheets you're going to be getting for £24 or $64 is good. It's £12 or $32 when you pop it into your basket with your Showstopper. Do not leave this one lying on the table. How much is it? It's 13p per sheet of top quality linen cardstock if you go for the bonus buy Showstopper. Right, loads of you watching. Thank you so much. Loads of you firing in your comments and your questions as well. Watching from Scotland, says Karen. Great first hour, Craig and Ben. Thank you. And Christine says, I've sent a picture in. I may regret it. Pictures today, if you want to send them in. Thank you, Christine. We just love to know. It is National Cleaners Day today, so we're asking for pictures of your craft room, whether it be very clean or whether it needs a clean. Please send in those pictures and we'll show them towards the end. Feel free to share. Come on, it's going to be fun. What's Christine's looking like? Johnny says, amazing. I can't wait to see that. He's just said there's not much space in there. But send yours in, please. Christine started, so please follow. Let's get back to it, though. We need to get down to business because these patchwork guys are flying out the door. So we're triple embossing, yes?
We are indeed, yeah. So what I've already done here, Ben, is I've got a little bit of yellow cardstock, 5" by 6 1/4, and I've given it a little black matte layer. Now, the card blank is A5 inside here. So we've already got that base to go. So I've got a piece of white card, and that one there is 5 1/4 by 4 1/2. So we're going to go in with the ray of light. So let's take the die, and this also shows you how, by taking the actual die itself without the outside edge, means the size of cardstock can be any size that you want to then cut into. So let's take that background die and we're going to pop that onto our cardstock. So I'm going to take my tape, and then we're going to tape that down, run it through. So within this hour, Ben, I'm going to jump to the midi.
You are?
So let's tape that down. I don't need all that tape, so I'm just going to chop that, align that up, and then what we're going to do, run it through the midi. Now, the bits of white that are going to come out, that's what we're going to be inking with our ink pads.
Yeah.
I'm going to be using the pigment ink pad so that we can do a really, really good emboss. So let's run that one through and then move that out the way here. So if I peel that off, that's what we're going to be left with, Ben. You're going to matte and layer that onto a bit of black card with your chosen adhesive, and that's what it's going to look like.
Nice.
So that's where we're going to start to build our ray of light strips on. So let's take our strips here. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to colour and do triple embossing on every single one, because that would be time consuming. I'll do the largest one so that you get the idea. Now, what I have used is pigment ink pads. These are the Chinese red, the orange. I've used the lemon tonic, the spring meadow, ocean blue, then the pale fig, and also the pink tulip. So that's the ones that I've used for the heat embossing. So let's go in now with, this one is kind of like one of the largest ones, so we'll do that one. So I would do red, orange, yellow, green, blue, lilac and pink.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to take a screenshot of the finished sample once we've finished. So let's take what one is going to be the blue. So I'm going to go in, and I'm going to go in with our finger dauber. You can use your blending tool, but the finger dauber, Ben, you get a really, really good, strong layer of colour.
Absolutely.
And then we're going to ink up. Now, triple embossing. If it is a small area, what you can do, Ben, is heat it and then straight away sprinkle more embossing powder on the top for it to stick, and then therefore you're going to then be able to keep doing that time and time again. Now, if it's a little bit of a larger area, what will happen is it will dry. It might still be warm, but it'll dry quicker and the actual embossing powder won't stick.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep that out and we're going to keep reapplying it. So I've got my layer now. So let's bring in, you can use a bit of scrap card. So I'm going to go in with my clear embossing powder. So we're going to sprinkle that on. Let's move that out the way. I'm going to get my pokey tool so that we can then lift that up. I don't know what I've done with my pokey tool. It's not as if I've got like 40 million of them in my craft bag. So let's take, I know it's slight exaggeration, but...
For your heavy craft bag, that would.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? So we're going to go in and then we're going to then heat emboss that. So we're going to start at this top corner and then we're going to travel down to the base here.
Okay.
Now the power of the heat tool can blow your card off, so I'm just going to pin it down with my pokey tool and then you'll see that it's starting to melt. So as that melts and work our way down, what that's doing is it's heat embossing it.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit it's a bit textured,
Yeah.
which is fine. It looks smart, but I don't want a texture. I want a nice, smooth emboss. So what I'm going to do is make sure that's fully heated. Now, if I was to sprinkle the embossing powder straight onto this,
Yeah.
and even in that short amount of time, Ben,
Yeah.
that could be cool enough that the powder won't stick.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with the same colour.
Right.
So I'm going to go over the top with the same colour, and then you can use your translucent clear ink pad at this point if you want, but I'm just giving it another coat in with the pigment ink so that my layer of embossing will melt, but what it'll do, it will melt into that base layer.
Got ya.
And it'll start to smooth out.
Yeah.
So we're going to sprinkle that on. So now all that powder is stuck to that second layer.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to do that again. So let's pin that down and then we're going to start at the top corner and then we're going to heat emboss that, travelling down, and already for me, I can see it's starting to get even smoother. And you're going to be left with like a resin effect.
Yes.
Completely baby soft. So travel up. And then once again, if you are quick enough, you could go direct sprinkle powder on. But even I find that sometimes in that short amount of time, that is enough for it to cool ever so slightly and the powder won't stick. So we're going to do it again. So we're going to go in. And although I'm doing triple emboss, you could do it 4 times if you want.
I was going to say, 3 is the magic number though, isn't it?
It is, yeah. You will see that, well, put it this way, if you do 4, 5, 6 layers, it's not going to be any smoother than what you get with 3 layers.
No.
There's a limit to the smoothness that you can get, and 3 is adequate. That's why most of the time you will hear the form of triple embossing.
Yeah.
So we're going to repeat that step and we're going to sprinkle our powder once again over the top, making sure that's a nice full layer. and then we're going to heat emboss that, and that one will be lovely and smooth. So start at one end. So now, not only is that top layer melting into the second layer, it's melting into the third layer.
Yeah.
And it's giving you that ultra smooth emboss, heat emboss. Work our way along.
You've got Suzanne Dawn singing Mr. Blue Sky while she's watching you heat emboss this.
Really?
Great tune, that.
Now, look at that. Look how shiny that is. Look at that, triple embossing. So smooth, so shiny.
Wow.
And it's as if it's been coated in resin.
Yeah.
So you can do it 4 or 5 times. You're not going to get it any smoother than it is now with 3 times. So what you're going to do, Ben, is you're going to do exactly the same with all of the other ones.
Got ya.
So if I tilt that, look how shiny these are. So just to recap, that one there, Ben, was Chinese red, orange, it was lemon tonic,
Yeah.
grasshopper, ocean blue, pale fig,
Yeah.
and also pink tulip.
Okay.
That was your pigment inks. And then what we're then going to do is let's bring in these dyes, so our patchwork dyes, and then I've got from my stash just colour coordinated cardstock that's then going to match. And at this point, you can, if you want to, just start to layer them individually. Or at this point, Ben, this is when you're just going to take your dyes off.
Yeah.
But don't think, oh, I'm not going to get them back in the exact position if I'm wanting to then just run them through as a whole. Because what I can show you is if you go back with the original dye, Ben, on the packaging.
Yeah.
So if you were to go like this, pop that in, you can still easily get them bang centre on that packaging if in future you're wanting to die cut straight from the back.
Would you need to add any extra stick to that, like a bit of your tape pen, or not really?
No, because you've still got sticky on there. Over time, if your dyes start to come away from the acetate backing, just use your double-sided tape, or your tape runner, just to re-stick it. And then I'm going to take each coordinated dye, and then we're just going to run these ones through our midi bin.
Lots of lovely comments still flying through. Carol Garwell Beers joined us from Rapid City in South Dakota. Rapid City. This is amazing. Penny Lowe says, hello from Michigan. Gorgeous colours. Really smooth, says Carol. Is that Craig or the technique? Bit of both, probably. Bit of both. Vanessa says, good morning, everyone from Florida. Hello. Hello, Rita, who says, this is beautiful, Craig. And Stacey Brown joined us saying, good morning, Ben and Craig. Also hi to Rita, who says, the card looks like shiny pieces of candy. I thought it sort of looked like shards of sort of porcelain. You know what I mean? Almost like they sort of painted a bit of pottery and fired it in the kiln. It's come out giving that really sort of beautiful, shiny colour there.
Just a nice look, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Lois has just ordered, and Rhonda says, good morning, Ben, crew, Craig, Team Social, and all my incredibly talented friends from Oak Park, Chicago. Alchia is just asking, could you also do glossy highlights on each piece of paper if you wanted?
Of course you could.
Yeah.
You'd need to let it dry, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. Die cut it. You could ink it with any of your inks.
Yeah.
You could colour it with your alcohol pens. And then, yeah, just coat it with your glossy highlights. Get it nice and smooth, let it dry, and then, yeah, just attach it that way. Of course you could.
What do they take to dry glossy highlights? Is that an overnight job?
If you're going to be going to the extent of covering layers, yeah, overnight. Anything that's wet anyway, Ben, I would always leave overnight.
Yeah.
Just to be safe than sorry. But if you're just doing small little detail with glossy highlights, maybe a couple of hours.
Okay.
But yeah, if you're going to coat your card, like these panel strips from the Patchworks, I would definitely leave it overnight just to be safe than sorry. So you're going to cut out all of your strips in the colour coordinated card. So let's come along and then let's layer these up now. So we're going to patchwork these back in, but we are using the panel of the patchworks that come out in white, triple emboss them, but we could stamp them if you want to. You can create washes with your aqua pens and that if you want. But we're going to then patch these back in, straight over the top. These are the triple embossed layers now, where I've done each one exactly the same way as I done the blue one. And you could, if you wanted to, move it and do little drop shadows, but I'm going to go straight over the top, like so. And it gives it a nice sheen, so when it's sitting on the table or the coffee table or the mantelpiece, something like that, with doing that triple emboss, it gives you that nice natural sheen.
Yeah.
And now we're going to go into our smooth cardstock, or your linen cardstock. And these are all just leftover pieces, Ben, that I had in my packs.
Oh, okay.
So they don't have to be, you know, big full pieces.
Yeah.
But do you know what you could do? And that's another idea that I've just had. If I bring, let's finish that one there before we finish the card. So let's just align these up. Now this card I was inspired by our Nicole, who's done a lot of the samples. Absolutely beautiful. So these bits that cut out that I have then done the triple embossing, what about if you just use these, Ben? And you know when I do my strips and backgrounds?
Yeah.
What about, because they've all got straight edge, what about going in and just doing them side by side, and you're going to then get a completely different look. So every time you start to then layer, and then you can go around and keep adding more.
Yeah.
You're going to then create all your different funky backgrounds. So lots of ways in which you can use the offcuts. But I'm going to go in a couple of circle nesting dies there. That Enjoy stamp, which is from the stamp with the mask.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to pop one foam pad there. We're going to pop that so it's as if it's potentially the sun.
Yeah.
The beams coming out, and then you've
That's
got that
gorgeous.
shine in the background from the triple embossing.
Liquid sunshine.
But you've got your red, your orange, your yellow, your green, your blue, your lilac, and also your pinks as well by doing the patchwork and layering. And I've done them all within foam pads, as I said at the start of the first hour. You can completely cut them flat and keep it flat. You can knock out some of the layers if you want to. There's just loads of ways in which you can use them.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. And I love the fact that you are loving it and the fact that you're so excited. Love all the techniques today, says Rita. I almost feel like I'm watching a masterclass instead of a launch. Feels a bit like that, doesn't it? But we want to show you how to get the best out of your collection. How much fun we will have when we get them, says Lois. And Jeffrey says you could create 6x6 sheets that have been embossed and keep them on hand for future usage. Hello also to Crafty Cow, who says good afternoon from Aberdeenshire.
Aberdeen.
I loved Aberdeen when we went up there a couple of years ago. And pleased to say summer has returned. Summer's returned to Aberdeen. Well, there you go.
The Granite City.
The Banana City?
The Granite City.
I thought you went the Banana City.
The Granite City.
The Banana City sounds more fun, though, doesn't it?
Lovely place, Aberdeen. Really, really nice. Great little theme park, Sunset Boulevard.
Really?
Yep.
Ah, we did the theatre up there, Sarah and I, in 2022. Loved it. Long way to go, mind you, but it was fun.
Is.
Took in Edinburgh on the way. Another beautiful card, Craig, says Pat. Great card, says Paul Prince ×4. Just to say, we've had a question in from, it was the lovely Vanessa, who says, if I bought my patchwork collection on HSN, what additional items would I need? Good question. There are two. So they, if you are getting them from HSN, there's two that you won't be able to get, these two. So it's the Rays of Light you won't be able to get. Oh, sorry, but they're both here, it doesn't matter. You've got the Morning Sunrise and the Rays of Light. So they're both the same. $12.99, $14.95, or if you're platinum, $10.39 or $11.96. So it's entirely up to you. If you shop in HSN, you won't see those two dies, so you can pick those two up as an individual little mini bundle if you want. Everything is available for you individually, so whatever your budget. It may well be, right, if you are on a bit more of a budget, you just want to copy the cards that Craig has created today, then you can pick and choose those as well. Now, I know Craig is obviously using the MIDI over the course of this show. Back in stock also is the Gemini Mini. Both of these, of course, are in the new colours, the raspberry colours. Everything that we loved and said about the MIDI applies to the Mini, except this one is smaller. This comes with your 6x3 folder in there. Always very useful, and you'll see our guys using this for, just quick die cuts, when they just need to quickly run through, smaller dies. They don't need to engage the machine. Very handy to have, again, if you are someone who likes to create, flowers, embellishments. They are absolutely brilliant for that. I'll just show you so you can sort of see the size of this one as well. 6x3 is the size of your folder in here. But look, super, super cute and portable, but so handy to have. If you're getting the kids into crafting, I think this would be absolutely perfect. But also just a brilliant, brilliant machine to have alongside your electronic machine, because not always do you need to kind of engage the whole machine. You just need a quick die cut, a quick run through, then you've got that with this machine. Again, you've got the suckers on the bottom there, so wherever you pop it, you can keep it nice and firmly in place, and super portable, as you can see. It's going to fit into all your tote bags absolutely perfectly. And look, again, it's simple to use because you've got your little folder in here. So the size of this is 6x3. And then you've got your little shim in there too. So once again, all your dies, you're going to pop in here and run through with your cardstock to get your die cuts. 3D folders, if you've got a 3D folder small enough to go through, that one goes straight through. If you're then going to use a 2D folder, it just goes through with your little plastic shim there. And the genius again about this machine is it is totally portable. So if you do want to craft outside, if you do want a machine to take with you when you go on holiday, it's going to fit easily into your bag, easily into your luggage. And if you want to get the kids into crafting as well, for just $29.99, as we've seen on the website here, you can pick this up today. Back in stock, dollars wise, that is $49.99. And of course, you can take your Club Inspire off that as well. So it's brilliant that they're both back in. Brilliant as well, because as we say, less than 100 days to go until Christmas. Maybe you are thinking about shopping for a crafty family member. Maybe you're thinking about getting your kids and your grandkids into the crazy world of craft. Then this certainly is the way to be able to do it. Stacey Brown says, I missed you yesterday, Ben. Well, I missed you too. Thanks, everybody, for all the love coming through. And Alexandra says, Craig, these demos are lovely, and I'm so glad you took the time to show the concept suite for these dies. So helpful with giving us the ideas from the amazing design team. And Vanessa, go back and watch that. I know you probably just joined us. Said, what did Craig use to make that cardstock so shiny? He triple embossed it. He did the triple embossing technique to get that really amazing shine. And Joanne Chance says, I'm loving the patchwork dies and the Showstopper. I had to get the deal on the papers as well. Get the deal on the papers, for goodness sake. There's only so much my IKEA cubes can take. But I do love Craig's demonstrations. Talking about only so much room a craft room can take, today is National Cleaners Day, so I asked, and no one's been brave enough apart from one, I think, so far, I asked, can I see pictures of your craft room, please, whether they are clean or whether they are not clean? This is Christine's. She braved it. So basically, I mean, it looks pretty tidy around the back. All the new collections, she's been so busy, she says. She's ran out of room and ran out of time to pop all those away. Those are all of her paper pads, as you can see, and more are on order. That's all of the new stuff there. I can see the Harvest plaid pads in there. I can see the Winter Frost, Winter Berries. What else can I see there? I think that's the Holly and the Ivy. Is that Jingle All the Way on there as well? I can see lots of holographic pads. You did say you ordered 10. There they are. I mean, that is what you call a lot of shopping.
That's crazy.
And there's more. Oh, sorry. Oh, right, sorry. I thought you were going to say there's more pictures. That is unbelievable.
That looks like mine, Debbie, and Debbie's craft room when we get our launches for upcoming shows.
Yeah.
We work for the company. That is fantastic.
Producer Johnny is just saying, Christine, we should come to your house in New York and do a show live from there, maybe. I mean, we wouldn't have to bring anything, would we? We just need to bring ourselves. We could do it on the phone, to be fair, couldn't we? Let's make that happen. At Homey with Mahoney. That's what we could call the show. There you go, just come up with that. It'll never happen. Christine also just said, just a little while ago, I placed my mini down on the paper pad, and when I went to move it, it was stuck to the cover of the paper pad. I wasn't even trying to stick it down on there. The suckers work great. Those little suckers. Listen, we are very busy for the Showstopper. Where are we numbers-wise now, Johnny, on the Showstopper? We're heading towards 60% of the Showstopper stock gone. So, with only... Look at the time!
I know.
We've got half an hour left. We'll give you... Christine just said, come on, I'm up for it. At Homey with Mahoney, it's called, the new show. Let's get on a demo and then we'll give you something to check out before the end of the show. Craig, where are we going next?
So we're going to be going in with the Sweet Honeycomb. Now we're going to do a theatre and diorama card. What I'm going to say is make sure you tune in to Launch Party later on. Also make sure to tune in to Friday Night Live on Friday, because there's nowhere near possible that I'm going to get all the demos done that I wanted to get done. I've still got box lids to do, I've still got shakers to do as well. So make sure between tonight and Friday Night Live, we were going to have a revisit when it comes to the patchwork dies. But the honeycomb, Sweet Honeycomb. Anyone that wants to know, the original cardstock I'm using was actually from our Be Beautiful collection, but you can use any of your Pearl cardstock you've got at home. That was 8.5 by 6 inches, and what I've done is I've gone up to my box lid side and I've scored it an inch and then scored it 2 inch, turned it around and done exactly the same. Scored it an inch, scored it 2 inch. That is then going to give me my score lines that I can do a concertina folding back on itself, which gives you that shape from above.
Yeah.
So moving these bits out of the way, and then let's go in with our actual die. So we're going to use just the inner die on its own, and then what I'm going to also do is I do want to keep these hexagons where they were. So because they've popped out, we're just popping the die back into place and then sticking them down into position, and then I can come along and just take that main die out once again.
Yep.
So we are going to be doing this cut twice. Popped out again, so we can just go back in. I'm not going to then stick it right down. We can then just go in, pop that in, and then using just this die, that is then going to sit into place. So this is going to cut into our panel of our card. So I'm going to position that so it's central, and then we're going to tape it down. Don't bin all the bits that are going to pop out, because we're going to use some of them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take my folder. I'm going to then just reposition that. Now the size of this bin will just fit within your midi.
Nice.
Actually, it's the perfect size for the folder. So we're just going to align that. Bring in our midi. We'll pop that in the folder, so we're just going to then wind that through. And this is also going to give us lots of little matte and layer dies as well from the hexagons. So if I pop all of these bits out for now.
Yeah.
So that now cuts into our card.
Perfect.
But I want to lift that. So I'm going to go in with some Pearl Brown. This was also from that original collection.
Where was that from? Beautiful?
Beautiful
Wow.
collection, yeah.
What about that?
Yeah. If you don't have that pad, then you can, of course, use any of your Centura Pearl that are along that line of colour. And we're going to cut this again into the brown, but we're using the outside die so that we can then kind of highlight the honeycomb layers. So close that one over, run it through again. So we're going to run these through. So the little honeycomb that comes out within the brown, I don't actually need those for this card, but I will pop it within a little cello bag, of course, and I can use them again.
Yep.
So if I take that out, that now releases it out of our card. But I'm going to go in with, I'm just going to go first speed now. I'm just going to go in with my dots, and I'm going to overlay this bang center over the top of our panel. So adding our dots on. At home I would use my tacky glue, but we're going to then pop that straight over the top. Now you can do a drop shadow if you want to.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I'm just going to then go straight over the top here. Align that into place. And then what I've also got here is our new Halloween and fall acetate.
Oh, yes.
So I've gone in with the one that's got the pumpkins. You can see.
Oh, that's perfect, isn't it?
It really is spot on. And I've cut it so it's a little bit bigger than this back panel here. So I'm going to add my dots again because I still want to paper piece some of the honeycomb hexagons in.
Yeah.
But of course I've got nowhere to stick them because it's hollow.
Yeah, yeah.
So I need a backing. So we're going to then pop that into place and then press down. So that is now going to give us that front of our hexagon. What I would then do, and I don't need a whole lot, just a few, gone in with a little bit of black, and then with these dies here, so these ones being your patchwork dies, I've just popped my card through, ran it through, so I've got a few of these little black honeycombs, and then just randomly pop a few into place. So all that I've done there is I've taken 3 of the patchwork honeycombs that I've cut in black,
Yeah.
and then I've just popped 3 into place. You can see I have put a matting layer at each side. So that's then given me that ability to patchwork those little hexagons into place. But we need to do that inside. So this is going to stick onto a 6x6 card blank, but we need to do something within the middle there.
Yeah.
So let's take another bit of the brown, and then we're just going to repeat that step, Ben, and we're going to run
Yep.
this main die and the outer die through our midi.
I read that more people are sending in pictures. I'll be interested to see those very soon. Carletta says, I have an avalanche in my craft room. I am not sending in a picture. Oh, go on, Carletta. And Amy says, Christine's craft room looks like the US branch of the CC UK stores. Pure goals, I'd say. Pure goals. Lots of love still coming through for this collection as well. Any questions you want to ask Craig, anything you're unsure about on the demos that he's shown you, or indeed if there's anything particular that you'd like to see, do fire in those questions down. We'll try and incorporate anything, as far as questions are concerned, in the final 25 minutes of the show. Launch party coming your way tonight as well, by the way. Craig and I will be back for that tonight, live at 5, with more tonight on the buttons and buckles. We've got all options there if you missed the launch, with the Showstopper option still available and the bonus by bundle. And we've also got the bold lino stamps as well.
We do.
Again, all the options there are available for you. I know this bonus buy is amazing, but that bonus buy has got the watercolour metallic shimmer paint palettes for you as well. So lots to come back for and look forward to a little bit later on in the day. I cannot believe we're almost done with the show. Just 20 minutes left.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Flying over.
It's like, where has the time gone?
Yeah.
Absolutely flown in. So what we're going to do is let's take some of these hexagons here, honeycombs, and we're going to run these ones through. This is going to be, remember that game show? I don't know about you guys stateside, but we had one called Blockbusters, yeah. And this is what the background of the inside of the card is going to look like.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing 3. You'll see from my finished example in a moment, you'll need a few of these, but I'm just doing 3 for now to show you. So we're going to take those 3, and then the original hexagons from our card front, I'm going to bring back some of these ones. So we're going to come in here. Let's bring in my foam pads, and I'm going to just randomly.
Oh, right, okay.
Well, when I've done them at home, of course, I've done them randomly. I'm just looking at the one that I've done that's already finished. I'm going to pop them in with foam pads. And I'm going to then pop that one. And don't forget about even these 1/2 and 1/4 hexagons. have a look and just see visually what's pleasing on the eye. So we're going to come in with that one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come along with these ones, which of course are going to be the perfect fit.
Yeah.
So visually, you're going to have some, because we're not going to paper piece and patchwork them all into place. So some will be high, some will be low,
Yeah.
some will be double high, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a moment. So if
I like the fact that you've done 3 black ones as well, because it's almost like the rule of 3 again applies, is it?
Well, it is, but once you've finished, Ben, in whichever way that you go,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
you've got that effect. So these ones here, just the black.
Yeah.
These ones here, just that yellow
Yeah.
from that initial die cut. These ones I've gone in with a double layer. So I've
okay.
gone in with the yellow and the black. So we've got 1 layer on some, we've got 2 layers, so it's really making it uneven
Yeah.
and making it fun and pleasing for the eye. So we can then take our card front that we've created. Now I've got my tape, so what I'm going to do is take these off first, and this is going to be a tight snug. So if I get all of these off to start with, and then I'm going to go in with this layer. I'm going to use my tacky glue. Just add that to the back, like so. And this one I'm going to keep flat because I've got a few layers, of course, with the honeycomb. So visually, I'm just going to then eyeball that. You could be more precise if you want to.
Yeah.
But if I then just eyeball that into the centre, I'm then going to come along. I'm just looking to see which way I've got my leaves here. That we're going to then match up to the side. This one we're going to match up to the side, and going back to the Be Beautiful collection.
Oh, nice.
Although you could use elements from the honeysuckle.
Kind. Be kind.
That we're just going to set into there. And then last thing, let's just take a stamp and die cut bumblebee, also from the Be Beautiful. And that one, I'm just going to pop there, Ben. Now that will still fold relatively flat, but we've got our 6x6 front. If I tilt that, you've got different depths with your foam pads or glue gel, some flat, some 1 layer, some 3 layer, but we've got that acetate window just shining through, because you can cut in, you can cut out, and then you've got all those different inner cuts and patchwork cuts from the original hexagon and then the patchwork dies, of course, so you can have a big creative play.
Yeah, fantastic, the projects today, haven't they? They've been so good. I'm glad you guys have loved it. Lots of positivity coming through in the comments. Janelle says, I am in the middle of redoing my craft room, so it's completely torn apart. Haven't been able to do anything to it last week, as my parents are here visiting. Definitely do some before and after photos. It'd be good to see those. And Kirsty D says, all I can think of with this die is Blockbusters. And then she says, can I have a pee, please, Bob? Oh, remember that old classic?
Yeah.
Hey? Have a pee, please, Bob, from back in the day. Showstopper, very popular. Need to get it. It is going to go 64, 78 or 78, 35 is your platinum price on this. Remember, you're getting all of those brand new dies. You are also paying for your glue and your... Oh, wondered what had fallen over. It was that one there. There you go. You're getting those 2, and then the linen cardstock you're getting for free within the bundle. We are going to take a short break, and then we're going to squeeze in one final swift demo for you. So come back in 4, and we'll squeeze in one more demo. But check this out. It's going to fly.
When I'm working, it's quite busy because I have to get up really early to come into work if I'm going to be travelling from London. But otherwise, I'm quite lazy. I spend a lot of time in bed. Best part of my day is when we come in and I get to see everybody. I really enjoy being up here. It's really nice to see all my friends, and this is my happy place. I do like to see everyone, and also, of course, if Christina's in, I'm getting my breakfast from Christina before I start the day.
Early riser without a doubt. Never a night owl. I'm in bed at 9:30. Bath at night, shower in the morning. I'm very clean. Tea, the colour of He-Man. Both. I like pancakes with bacon and maple syrup. Craft along because there's always a softer side to craft along. My phone, my life is my phone. Yeah, the phone and the dog, unless they're coming up here and I can't bring the dog in. My favourite lunch isn't lunch. My favourite lunch is afternoon tea. That's what I'd like. Lots of selection of sandwiches, some scones, or scones, some cream and jam, and some little cakes. But I couldn't have it every day because I'd be the size of a house. Oh, that changes with the moment. My favourite song at the moment is Natasha Bedingfield, Unwritten. Or make myself a cup of tea and go and have a bath.
My day-to-day life is pretty busy in work. Literally, I get in the door, I check my polls, I then check what I've got to demo, I then get everything ready, and it's just busy, busy, busy from there. I have a meeting with the producer, the director, we get then sorted for the shows, talk to the presenter, and it depends what side I'm on. I mean, sometimes I'm doing the presenting side, sometimes I'm doing the demonstration side, and I love both. It's actually who I get to work with. Yeah, I can't say no more than that other than anybody that works here. We are a big family. We're so super friendly. I love Ben. I love it when we work together. And I don't mean that I don't love anyone else. It's the fact that Ben is the presenter and then I'm demonstrating and we just have this great rapport. Same with Craig, same with Deb, same with the whole team. So yeah, the best part of the day is just getting to work with the best people in the industry. Oh, a night out. In the morning. Oh, none. I only drink water. Oh, well, I'm cutting out sugar, so it's got to be savoury. Masterclass. Oh, I can't leave the house without my lipstick. Oh, I love a baked potato. I relax, so I literally drive home normally and then I relax.
Few quick comments. Thanks for checking out, everybody, and we're squeezing a final demo. I haven't been able to do anything crafty in a very long time, says Rhonda. My room looks like a tornado hit it. Chris says, I wish I had a craft room. I'm using a corner in the living room. It's my crafty corner, as the hubby calls it. Rita said, I'd already planned to incorporate my beautiful collection with this die. Now, thanks to Craig, I have a way to do it. Gail Finelli says, I've just moved, so all my crafts are still in boxes. And out it says, my craft room, the big dinner table and my Porsche are still full of stamps and dies. We have 11 minutes, so we are going to try and squeeze in one final quick, well, if not a full demonstration, certainly some hints and tips and ideas of one final project, Craig, yeah?
We have some faith in me, Ben.
Oh,
have some
faith in me.
Right, let's do a shaker.
Ah, yes.
Now, I've got a lot of these bits already done, but let's get started. And not any shaker, but an easel shaker.
Nice.
So I have got 5.5 by 7.5 card blank here. So I've gone in with some of the blues, which is in one of the bonus by linen cardstocks. So I've gone in the blue linen, I've gone in with the white, and then I've also gone in with the blue. We'll see that just in a second. Yeah, Age of Elegance.
Yeah.
So I'll just see if we can go from over the head. There we go. So you've got your blue, you've got your white, and then you've got your luxury blue from our luxury cardstock. So I'm going to go in and pop that in. Now I've done the same here, Ben, but the blue I've lifted up on foam pads.
Yeah.
And I've only popped my adhesive onto this bottom half here. So that's going to be the top part of our easel. You can see from up above. There we go there, getting our easel, good to go. Now let's do our stopper. I've gone in with my left fold alphabet die, because you know that I love them, but I don't use them as left folds, Ben. I use them as actual individual letters.
Such a good size, aren't they?
Good size.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a stopper. So can you
Nice.
tell what one we're going to be using?
The sun.
The sun.
No, don't tell me, don't tell me. The geometric.
Geometric.
Oh, the star.
The star.
Gave it away with
You got
star
it in
sentiment.
one.
You got me.
I thought that was a giveaway with having
No, you got me.
star.
You.
So piece of white card, 4 1/4 by 5 3/4, and then we're just going to run that one through. So let's tape that down. So we're going to then tape it down and then run through. So we're going to do that with our midi here. So if I bring that in, line that one up, and then run through. So these bits that now come out of this layer, we're not going to use within this card. So we're going to skip that layer. And then all that we're going to do is use the actual pieces, which are the patchwork. So you're going to have your layer all beautifully cut, ready to go.
Yeah.
But what I've done, Ben, is I've popped some acetate onto the back. So we can see we've now got that barrier. What I've also done is I've taken our foam pad strips from our small foam pad bundle. So I've put my foam pad strip all the way round. I've sectioned off the star.
Yeah.
And then every second line, I've put a strip. So we've got a little bit more of individual open spaces. So we can then come along. Now at this point, this is when you would need to be careful with whatever you're popping inside. So I'm going to go in with our Yuletide iridescent sequins.
Are you doing different colours in each section or not? No.
So not within this one, but you can do.
Yeah.
The initial idea of doing them in sections is so that you could do different colours, or you could come along and do sequins in one, glitter in another, beads in another, and you can have that decision yourself.
Yep.
But we're going to go in. By doing this as well, Ben, what it means is the shaker is going to stay within each component and it's not going to fall flat to the base.
Yeah.
So by sectioning them individually, you're going to go around, do all the other ones, and then just from my own stash here, I've got, these are just like tiny little micro beads, coloured micro beads. They're just from my own stash. And we're going to section that into the middle there. We're going to flatten it out. Now when it comes to a shaker, to make it easier for myself, what I'm going to do, Ben, is something that I never do when it comes to a shaker.
Oh, yeah.
And that's put an acetate back in. Now, of course, you're going to then fill all of those sections.
Yeah.
But this now makes it easier. If I didn't put an acetate back in, I don't know where I'm going to stick it.
Yeah.
I can't lift it because it's all going to fall out. So all of these will be sectioned off, which then means you're going to be left with
Look
that.
at that.
And because I've sectioned them, that's what I mean by all the sequins stay in place. It doesn't drop to the bottom. So let's go in. I've got my red liner tape on the back already. And we're going to then take another bit of our, I'm saying our blue luxury card. It's not. It's from our Floral Elegance 12 by 12 pad.
Okay.
That's on tonight's show. So I've chopped that down. Same with that blue there. And then all that we need to do is take that panel that we've done.
Yeah.
We're going to add that on. Now you could add additional sentiments if you want, but that I'm just going to pop bang centre in the middle. And then what we also need to do is these ones, your patchwork dies, we're going to then cut that out into white card, and then we're going to then patch those into place, which means, Ben, that outer edge,
Yeah.
we're going to see the sequins and the microbeads or the glitter or whatever it is that you're using.
Yeah.
We're going to see them popping out the edge of each of these individual sections.
Okay.
So I'm just going to come in with that one. What one was it there?
Just to say, whilst Craig's sticking, if you have sent any further pictures of your craft room to National Cleaner Day, we'll show them tonight. I know Lisa P, we got yours, thank you. But we will show that tonight because we are, as you can see, running out of time. We've got about 4 minutes left on the show. Sensational Sky says, I use a sideboard cabinet thing for crafting. Open the doors and sit in front of it. And then I use the cabinet surface as my tabletop. Only problem is, my legs don't have much room and my knees hit the bits and bobs. And Rose says, my buttons and buckles showstopper has arrived. In good time, Rose, because we are going to feature that tonight on Launch Party. So if you need some more ideas and some hints and tips and inspiration, make sure you come back tonight at 5, midday Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Look at that. Beautiful.
And then what we can do is using that inner die from the main, just take a bit of yellow card, it's a little bit bigger, and I've taken just that star die, and then we can just add a little bit of extra detail. As I said before, you can add an additional sentiment to the top if you want to, but if I open that up, let's bring in a third one. We can just pop that down into there. So we've now got our easel shaker where the bits from the base die I've not used, but what you can see from that outer edge, you can see the shakers just popping all the way through.
Awesome that, Craig, it looks like a kaleidoscope, says Rosalind Russell. It does. If you want to go for the showstopper, go quickly. If you weren't here at the start of the show, you'll have missed a few demos in the first hour, so we thought it might be quite nice, just as we finish, to line up the projects that Craig has made over the course of the show so that you can kind of see. And as I say, if you missed that first hour, do try and go back and watch all of the demos because there's some fantastic cards and a real variety you've done here, Craig.
Yeah, big variety that we've done, you know, starting off from the very beginning, just keeping it quite simple in the initial concept with your card stock. Second one, we went in and we used our ink pad, so we used our colour bloom to show how you can cut into those. These ones we've done the patchwork when it comes to our pigment ink pads, so we've just done tone on tone when it comes to colours, and with that one there we've done the triple embossing. Then we went into the honeycomb where we created kind of that theatre or dimensional card with that acetate backing, having them on at different levels, and then finishing off there with our easel shaker by only using a few of the initial cuts, so you can still see the shaker element. So just throwing in there quite a few, five different styles.
Yeah, so again, you've got plenty to take away, haven't you, from the show? Loads of great ideas, loads of inspiration. And as we say, if you do get this collection and recreate anything, make sure you do tag us in any of your posts that you put on social media. And also, don't forget, we'll be after more pictures again for this Friday's Friday Night Live. So if you want to win yourself 100 bonus points for your Club Inspire account, then again, send in those pictures because we would love to see them. Just a massive thank you to everybody for all of those fantastic comments coming through. It has been a great show. So thank you so much for tuning in. Remember the Showstopper, that's the one that you just got to think about if you are thinking of shopping, you're thinking of waiting. Over 60% of the Showstopper is gone now, so grab that whilst you can. £64.78 is your platinum price, or $78.35. You can see the saving there, and that of course incorporates your tape pen and your big bottle of your all-purpose, plus that honeysuckle linen cardstock that you're getting there, you're getting for free within the bundle. And then of course you go for that Showstopper, you can then add in your linen cardstock. The price is right on that. We did sort of second guess ourselves a few times thinking, is that right? £12 or $32 is all you'll pay if you add that into your basket with your Showstopper. Craig, thank you so much. We'll do it all over again tonight, live at 5. And we've got belts and buckles and lino stamps, haven't we?
We do indeed, yeah, absolutely. We'll have another look at these ones as well. I'll also show you how you can then ink through them, use them as a stencil. Maybe if we've got time, we'll also have a look at yesterday's launch of the Thanksgiving collection, Ben.
Excellent news. We haven't got belts and buckles at all. We've got buttons and buckles.
Oh, I call it all different names, Ben.
Oh, OK. Well, tune in tonight and see what we call it. I mean, who knows what we might call it? We'll call it what we want. You know the one we mean, though. All of that and more, though, to come tonight. Make sure, if you have been shopping, to check out your basket. And don't forget to check out the website up to 30% off selected paper pads across the day today. Until later, bye for now.
Toodles.